What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and we have a brand new competitor to the market for the best value of 2024, and they just pulled through in the fourth quarter. Today, we're going to be talking about the Springfield Armory XD Mod 3. And what comes down to it is, for the best value, is a handgun that's going to run, be reliable, be able to shoot thousands and thousands of rounds with no problem, but also sits at a relatively cheap or low price tag, which this checks off every single one of those boxes, coming in at $299.99. And if you buy this for a little over $300, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but basically everywhere that I've seen, it is $299.99 or $300. Let's get into it. Springfield Armory. Right here, we have an XD Mod 1, right? So this being the Mod 3 is the third version of the Springfield Armory XD series. And the first model, on the eyes, I guess, left a little to be desired, if I can be honest with you guys. It's not the most attractive handgun in the world. Mine's pretty faded, pretty worn, but this is one of the very first handguns I ever got, and I was extremely happy that this is what I picked up. This is actually the handgun I learned to carry with a round in the chamber with because of that backstrap, or that backstrap safety. It just gave you a little bit more sense of confidence while carrying with a round in the chamber. But overall, looks pretty plain. High bore axis, tall slide, tall frame, even right here. But I love the handgun. It's a shooter. It's got a great trigger, 13 plus 1 capacity or 16 plus 1 capacity. And, like I said, nice, crisp, clean trigger. And this thing has just been absolutely flawless since the very first day I got it. It has just ran and ran and ran and ran. Not a single problem, right? But that is a subcompact version, which they obviously made 45 and 40 and full-size versions, compact versions, all that. Then came the Mod 2s. The Grip Zone, the Grip Zone. Yes, the famous Grip Zone. They updated a little bit here and there, but basically a lot was the same. Still relatively high bore axis, large frame, thick, grip safety. They streamlined the slide a little bit. But overall, couple differences here and there. Definitely more grip on the frame. So they listened to their customers in a couple aspects, right? They changed a couple things and made the handgun a little bit more streamlined, and boom, you have a little bit better of a carry gun, even though they discontinued the Mod 2s, but not the Mod 1s, right? Once again, you had 45s, 40, that whole sort of thing, right? I love them both, and I actually just picked this up this year used for around $300. If you find a used Springfield, their value, their ability to continue to run is where it needs to be. I also picked up a Mod 2 this year, and I'm extremely proud of these because they're great shooting handguns. We just ripped, 200 rounds to this thing the other day, last weekend, and it just runs and runs and runs and no recoil. This is in 45 ACP, the subcompact, and this is in 9mm. I picked both of these up this year, $275, $300, I believe was the prices I paid for them. So absolutely great. No rust, no issues, great finishes, great shooters, smooth as can be, very minimal recoil, right? So in terms of the XD Mod 1 and Mod 2, the highlights of this series, in my opinion, is the recoil. There's no recoil. It's a great, first handgun, but it's also a great handgun if you're already used to carry. It's just a very smooth shooting handgun with a decent trigger and a lot of safety features, right? Then this year came the Mod 3. And I will tell you, my only disappointment about this handgun is that they didn't make a subcompact yet. But I have a feeling they might. I don't know if they will, actually, but I have a feeling that we could potentially see something a little bit smaller, right? Which is what I'd want to see. Because what they did is they took the Mod 1 and Mod 2, and they just streamlined the whole thing even more, right? In terms of the slide, it's wider on the Mod 1 at the base, right? About the same at the top of the slide. It's thinner in the grip. So not only is the slide thinner, but it's thinner in the grip. The frame is much taller on the Mod 1s, right? Let's check out Mod 2, see what that looks like. The slide is much higher on the Mod 2s as well. So basically the evolution is you're getting a smaller and thinner handgun as you go along, right? From the Mod 1 to the Mod 2. And you can still use all the mags from your Mod 1 and your Mod 2 in this. So this will run, if you have the XD series, you can use all your mags. And that's a big plus, because one thing I do got to mention about the Mod 3s is it only comes with one magazine, right? But overall, then you come to the grip. Once again, like I said, the Mod 3 is thinner, but also better texturing. Just overall better ergonomics, a couple little bumps in there for your fingers, and man, does it feel good. I get a full 3-finger contact, not like a Glock 19 where I have a little bit of my finger hanging off, right? But texturing, pretty good. Basically what they had on the Mod 2, so I will give them that. Thinner, though. Like I said, more ergonomic. A little bit different of a grip angle, right? Overall, just awesome handguns. I'm telling you guys, I love these handguns. But anyways, the Mod 3. Thinner up top, new serrations up front, new serrations in the rear, optics ready, whereas the Mod 1s and Mod 2s did not come optics ready. I don't know if they ever released a new version that was optics ready, but I don't think so. So now we're competing with, you know, the newer, fresher handguns on the market, right? Comes with a rail. But what's the best part is, like I said, takes the older XD mags that are really good quality stainless mags. You can find them everywhere, and they're affordable. That is a huge thing. Affordable mags. So even though it only comes with one, if you are going to carry this or buy it, I would definitely recommend buying another one for range use as well as backup carry. It's just, you're going to be better off. Then, up front, you look at the controls. They took the controls from the Mod 2, which are really nice because this tends to stay out of your way while shooting, and this you could press your thumb on and use it as almost a little gas pedal. But the best part about this handgun as well is that trigger. They took the XDM trigger and combined it with a little bit of the soft feeling, I guess, of the XD Mod 1 and Mod 2 feeling, or trigger feeling, and boom, you have a nice, crisp, clean, but yet soft trigger. It's really interesting or hard to explain, but really nice, clean. As you can see, the Mod 1 can take that, as well as the Mod 2, so all the magazines are interchangeable, which is really, really nice, right? So, we got that going for it. Then, back to that trigger again. I'll show you the Mod 2 pull. Just much better shape. The curve isn't bad. The curve isn't bad on the other ones, but the flat face just feels so good, right? Reset. Reset. So a little bit shorter reset. So overall, what they did is they released a handgun that is not only cheaper than what these handguns are, not only better in terms of features, being optics ready, not only thinner, lighter, but also better shooting. This handgun is just, it's complete. I mean, my XDM is one of my favorite handguns. I've put tons of rounds through it, and this competes with it at $300. Then up top, they basically went similar, right? We have fiber optic front, whereas the Mod 1 was just 3-dot sights. So once again, they went from 3-dot white sights to something that's, you know, not everyone's favorite, but they did upgrade it a little bit to fiber optic with 3-dot rear with texturing. And now we're back to a darker 3-dot rear. So it's sort of like it's blacked out, textured still. And then up front we have a red fiber optic as well. 16+1 capacity in this setup. Absolutely love the XD Mod 3. Now, there's handguns out there like the P10 series, which is $350 and above. Typically, it's hard to find them for $350. So typically, I'd say about $375, but you can find them. Then you have stuff like the Taurus G series, which is a really good series, but in my opinion, Taurus quality is not with Springfield Armory. They just haven't had the years of reliable, you know, well-performing handguns. Trust me, the G series and the new releases from Taurus are great. They're dang near flawless, except for a couple recalls. But Springfield is just next level when it comes to quality. So you are taking a big jump up from the Taurus series, but not a big jump up in price, which is what makes the XD so superior to a lot of these handguns. For $300, you cannot beat this handgun. It's better than the Smith & Wesson SD 2.0. In my opinion, it just is quality-wise. It just comes down to the quality, how it feels, the magazines, you know, the optics cut. They did a lot. They took the criticism, listened, and brought you something that you wanted. A streamlined XD using the same platform. That's optics ready and ready to go and current with today's market. And that's what they gave you in the XD Mod 3. So I really like this handgun. I am not a big handgun person. I like my carry guns, but this was an absolute joy to shoot. It was accurate, and I do have that live shooting review up on the channel. I mean, the XD Mod 3 very easily could be the best budget handgun that's available in 2024, coming in at $300. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.